Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic, debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see today we got a pretty serious show for you guys here today. We want you guys to stick around for. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as you know, yesterday was just one of those days, man. Just when you thought the day was over, a big piece of news just dropped. We were done. I just finished having my dinner, and all of a sudden, I looked at my phone and I saw a notification on my phone saying that Kyrie Irving just demanded a trade request. And then I jump on Instagram and I'm like, wait, what in the world is going on? And then all of the information started coming out, rapid speed. And then, we immediately jumped online to do a live to cover it. And, we covered it and we gave our 2 cents on the matter, and then we got off the live. And then as I jumped back on the internet, I started seeing some of the things that some people were saying. People were reacting to Kyrie Irving. And of course, at that time when it happened, the major shows had pretty much wrapped up for the day. That was ESPN First Take, Undisputed, and these guys. They were pretty much already done. So then they were able to get a hold, ESPN I'm talking about, they were able to get a hold of Stephen A. Smith to get his opinion on what just happened, right? And actually, when they got a hold of him, I think it was on the show NBA on ESPN or something like that, he was actually calling in. It sounded like he was on his way home, right? Because he sounded like he was in transit in a car. And they asked Stephen A. Smith to just give his thoughts on what had just transpired in terms of Kyrie Irving demanding a trade request. And when it came time for him to give his opinions, I was quite surprised at the tone that he took when discussing Kyrie Irving. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly his comments on Kyrie, and then we're going to come back here and react to what he had to say. So take a listen to that there.
What do you think of this trade request?
Idiotic. Let's get that out the way. Here's a guy in Kyrie Irving that for the last 3 years who's gotten most of his money, but missed more than 50% of his games. Enters the last year after this offseason. Obviously, the situation that he got himself into earlier this year was unfortunate, but he resurrected himself from that. Was playing spectacular basketball, leading vote getter amongst guards for the All-Star game, playing outstanding basketball and reminding everybody what an absolute flat-out superstar basketball player he is. No one questioned that. All we ever questioned was, can the man go the rest of the season without being any kind of distraction if he's going to have a chance to get his money? And lo and behold, he pulls this. And why? Because the Brooklyn Nets had the temerity, the unmitigated goal to say, play the season. We'll see. Because we haven't had you for a full season without any drama. And here he is again. For a guy that's looking for a long-term deal from another team, there is no question about what you're getting when Kyrie Irving is on the basketball court. The only question mark regarding him is his commitment to not being a distraction and to going out there and performing. And the fact that he's made headlines with this, all it did was serve to remind everybody out there he's spectacular. We'd love to have him in our uniform so long as we don't have to make a long-term investment in him because he cannot be trusted. He just reminded the basketball world of that.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. First of all, Stephen A. Smith has been known to be one of these people that's always been critical of Kyrie, right? Everyone has their own. Shannon Sharp has been known to be critical of KD. Skip Bayless has been known to be critical of LeBron. And, LeBron is to Skip Bayless what Kyrie is to Stephen A. Smith, right? Stephen A. Smith has never held back his opinions when it was time to talk about Kyrie Irving, right? He always kind of let it be known where he stood with him. And to me, if I'm being honest with you, I didn't like the dismissive nature of his comments, especially in the beginning where he said it was an idiotic move. That, in my personal view, was a little bit too harsh, in my personal opinion. I think that for whatever reason, Kyrie Irving is being characterized as someone in the media at least, or by the media at least, that is someone that is not very smart. They always like questioning. And to be fair, there have been times in the past where Kyrie Irving has said some things where, even me, myself, I disagree with him. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about here? But, I just feel like Kyrie Irving has gotten to the point where people have just become so comfortable, talking about him. Right. And, I've heard the word idiot, get thrown around a lot when we're talking about Kyrie Irving. And to me, it just didn't sit well. That's the first thing. The second thing is we automatically assume, or at least he automatically assumed to kind of understand what was happening. Right. And here's what I mean. I think when a lot of people heard what he had to say, very few people tried to actually give Kyrie Irving the benefit of the doubt in terms of maybe there's more going on here. Maybe it's just not him simply requesting a trade just for a trade's sake. Maybe it's just not him all of a sudden deciding that he wants to be, a bad teammate, right? Maybe there's some other reasons. Maybe there's some strategy to what he's doing. But to just, summarize him and dismiss him like, oh, this guy just making an idiotic move and all of these different things and he's a bad teammate and all of that, it's quite dismissive. And I've noticed Kyrie more than anyone, at least any basketball player, gets this type of treatment. It's like as if we've kind of already formed an opinion of Kyrie and we're going to put him in a box and this is just what he is, right? To me, I think there's something wrong with that because it seems like we've already made up our minds on the guy before he even does or says anything. And to me, that's just a little bit harsh. I think that if another player had requested a trade, I think they wouldn't have used the word idiotic on Kyrie. And I just think we got to be careful, right? I think it's very commonplace now to just talk about Kyrie in any way people want to. Now, Kyrie Irving is not my favorite player. As I said in the past, he said a lot of things that I disagreed with when he compared the NBA to, I forgot what he said. He was like, it's inhumane to be playing all these games or back to back, something like that. And I disagree with that. So I've had my moments with Kyrie in the past. So I'm like, this is just, I totally disagree with what he's saying. But now it just seems like the new thing is like, let's just say whatever the hell we want about Kyrie Irving. And we're going to, we got some larger thoughts that we're going to cover in the live where I really expand on this thought, because a lot of people just summarily dismiss him, just like without even batting an eye, without even thinking about it. They're like, this guy, they just dismiss him. And, it just doesn't sit well with me because I'm noticing it become a trend. So many people are treating Kyrie this way. And to me, something just seems a little bit odd about it, but that's just my thoughts. So the question to the audience is, what do you think about the tone of what Stephen A. Smith had to say in terms of Kyrie Irving? And what do you think about some of the thoughts that I had to say? Do you think that Kyrie Irving deserves to be treated like this? Or, I think he should be judged from on a case-to-case basis. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section and we catch you all on the next show. Peace.